And with that, today I am not in my normal recording space as of recording the weekly reviews. However, that doesn't stop us from doing the weekly reviews. We have NFL Week 15, and this week, this was a little bit of chaos. Whole lot of chaos. A lot of weird things happened. Some things I didn't expect to happen, like my team winning. But I don't want to talk about my team this entire time. So let's talk about your team. How did you feel about this week of NFL football?
Great week. Apart from my team just got blasted on national TV a couple minutes ago. So yeah.
Yeah, no, they sure did. But unfortunately, we can't talk about that yet. We're saving the best for last. So we have to talk about what happened on Thursday. The Buccaneers hosted the Atlanta Falcons. Let me just say, this was a nasty game overall. It was horrible football being played. But at least the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a 14-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and there was no possible way that they would lose that lead, right? I mean, you think it'd be impossible, but somehow, some way, the Buccaneers found a way to choke it away. Apparently, on this random Thursday night in December of 2025, Kyle Pitts decided to have his legacy game. He decided to have the greatest game of his career, hands down, just so the Buccaneers can lose the South and give it to the Carolina Panthers. Now, surely the new Kings of the NFC South wouldn't choke away that lead. I'll get to that later, but let's move on to Sunday's slate.
Oh man, Ravens versus Bengals. And you know what? I'm going to keep this short and simple. The entirety of Cincinnati needs to go ahead and blow up the entire Bengals organization. A lot of things went wrong with this game. First things first, don't be fooled by that score. Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow went out there and just did absolutely fucking nothing. It did absolutely nothing, man. Defense for the Bengals, as always, non-existent. No, the Bengals, I think they just need to give up. They generally just need to give up, and they just might need to blow up the entire organization, because I genuinely believe that the one issue that they're refusing to address, two of them, they're never going to fix. So just blow up the entire organization. Blow it up.
Honestly.
Move to St. Louis, sell the team, call it a day.
I would say this is an insane take, and we're going to get into it in the offseason. But yeah, no, Cincinnati needs to get rid of Joe Burrow, and they need to get rid of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, let them go. Because they're locked in. Both people are now locked into an abusive relationship. So
Joe Burrow, $60 million down the drain. Jamar, 20-some million. T, another $20 million. That's $100 million gone on 3 players. Blow it up. Blow it up.
And it's going for the next 4 years too. So yeah, just give it up. Speaking of teams who need to blow it up, the Arizona Cardinals, they went down to H-Town, and I guess C.J. Stroud decided to finally have a good game for the first time since his rookie year. He decided that it's about time that I have one of these good games. He had a good game on paper. He had a good game watching it. He played well. I don't have anything else to say about Arizona besides, I don't know what y'all do, but whatever y'all do, it doesn't involve Kyler Murray. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Houston has cruised to a six straight games where they've won. 6 games straight. A lot of teams, they were hoping to win out this down of the end of year stretch to take a playoff spot. It's very clear that Houston was the one who took it. And I'll say this. Houston, my prediction at the beginning of the year was that Houston wins the Super Bowl. I'm here to tell you right now.
That's not happening.
10 toes down. It's happening. No. I'm standing 10 toes. 10 toes down. It can still happen, and it will happen.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, crack is a hell of a drug. And man, speaking of crack, Raiders, blow up the entire organization. Start from scratch. Move back to Oakland. Because that was just belt to ass from the Eagles. Nothing positive to say about Raiders football. Go back to Oakland. Las Vegas gambling money is not going to save y'all from whatever's happening down there. That's all I got to say.
Well, this next game was a battle for the AFC East, man. Bills and Patriots, 2 juggernauts in the AFC, fighting for their spot. And honestly, I don't know who was worse. First half Josh Allen or second half Drake May. It's very confusing to define which one was. James Cook at least came in and saved the day. He came in. He saved us from this terrible football that was being played by Buffalo. I mean, not much to say about this game. Both teams, they're not playoff ready if this is how they're going to play. You got to play both halves to win in the playoffs. New England needs to hold on to a lead, and Buffalo needs to not get trampled in the first half. Other than that, the Bills, they got a win today. They got 2 wins today, as a matter of fact, because you know what? We've been saying it all year, but now, it makes sense. This was their plan all along. You can't lose to Kansas City in the playoffs if they don't make the playoffs. So, hey, I'll tell y'all this right now in Buffalo. The window is about to slam shut. This is the year. Yeah, you have to win. If you don't, you won't.
Well, I'm going to disagree with that because we have the Chiefs versus the Chargers, and I'm going to be honest, this entire season for Kansas City is very eerily similar to what happened to the Patriots and Tom Brady in 2009, 2008, where you have Brady tears ACL, speedy recovery to Patrick Mahomes, and you have the Patriots don't make the playoffs. It is quite literally shaping up to be another one of those years where the Patriots, Chiefs take that like 6-year gap year, don't really go nowhere in the season or postseason, and then all of a sudden make the Super Bowl. So yeah, Chiefs versus Chargers, man, Chargers offense, don't be fooled. They played like shit. And Chiefs offense also played like shit. This was a purely defensive battle. There was not a lick of offensive battle, just nothing offensively happening here. Other than that, man, Patrick Mahomes tears the ACL. He's out for the season. The Chiefs already got eliminated from the playoffs. You have Christian Jones, who doesn't even know that, which is crazy. But yeah, tragic way to end the season for the Chiefs. Travis Kelce probably might retire. And yeah, the Chiefs need to retool completely. They need to completely retool that entire team.
I don't think the entire team needs to go, but definitely parts of that defense. Definitely some of the old guard. They need to just bring in a new generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, their running backs are shit. Every running back on that team.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened to Isaiah Pacheco. He just fell off.
Shit.
I mean, just randomly. But anyways, this next game, Jaguars-Jets. I'm not going to give this game the dignity of a proper review. It was 60 minutes of belt to ass, and the Jets started getting whooped the moment they hopped off the plane. There's nothing I have to say. I mean, the score may say they put up 20 points. It was a pity 20. It was a fantasy 20. It was a 20. The 20 was the friends who made along the way. That was the points for the Jets.
Bars, man. Speaking of more belt to ass, Browns versus Bears. Myles Garrett, you are the only positive thing about this team. Coach Stefanski, I don't know what you have going on. Figure this shit out. Figure it out quickly. Shadur Sanders, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let Unc or Ocho defend you on this one. You played like absolute dog shit. Oh my God. What, I think it was 17 or 16 for 35. That's a 40-some% completion. Jerry Jeudy, please, Jerry. If I see you on the sidelines ever again bitching to Shadur Sanders after the way that ball was snatched out of your hands on national television, I'm gonna come down to Cleveland myself. We got a box in the streets. Offensive line, trash.
You're in a box with Jerry Jeudy?
I'm sorry, bro. With the way that man did him, I would have boxed that DB for snatching the ball in my hands like that. I thought Jerry caught the ball. I didn't even notice till they panned the screen to the DB in the end zone with the football. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Ball got snatched directly out of his breadbasket. O-line, trash. Defense, apart from Myles Garrett, trash. Yeah, this was belt's ass. Yeah, the entirety of this team right now, Myles Garrett, you need to get the hell out of Cleveland. Shadur Sanders, my condolences. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Hey, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that, people bought tickets and seen that. That's really bad.
Fucking 17 of 35. 3 interceptions. Three. Jordan, 3. How do you even explain that?
I mean, he threw it to the defense 1, threw it to the defense 2, and then he threw it to the defense 3 times. That's how you count that.
Oh my God.
That's how you count that. But speaking of buying tickets, did anybody buy tickets to this game? Does anybody even care about the result of this next game? The Commanders and the Giants, 2 dead franchises fighting for survival. I don't know what I'm supposed to say about this, man. The Commanders dominated the G-Men all game, but that was their 4th win of the season. Congratulations, Washington. You're less terrible, less ass than the Giants, I guess. I don't know if y'all want to cook you for that, but hey, man, great win for the Commanders. All right, I'm glad that they're ruining their draft stock. Not that there's much to draft, but hey, it could always be worse. It could be the New York Giants.
Oh, yeah. Could be much worse because it was worse this game. Rams versus Lions. Defense was not played this football game by either team. The Rams defense, secondary is absolutely buns, along with the rest of the defense. For the Lions, secondary is absolutely trash, along with the rest of the defense. I think it's time we have a giant discussion about how bad the Lions defense really is, because all hell broke loose in the second half. I knew this game was going to be a shootout. It was a shootout for the first half. By the time the second half started, Matthew Stafford started looking like he was in the Super Bowl again. Jared Goff on the offense couldn't get shit going. And then the defense was just getting shredded. So, yeah, come to that conclusion. The only positive for the Lions was that Devontae Adams had to leave the game because his hamstring decided to start milli rocking. But other than that, the Lions getting
Lions
because they didn't get 60 put on their ass. Because if he was playing, they're getting 60 ball. They're getting 60 put on their ass.
See.
Yeah. Other than that, only positive right there for the Lions. The Lions get belt to ass by the Los Angeles Rams. And the Rams, I think as of right now, I think they should still be the number 1 seed. If not, it's probably Chicago.
Well, fortunately for the Lions, I have an idea for how they can make the playoffs. You see, I've been moving around this idea in my head. Ever since the college football playoffs, I decided that why don't we just dissolve the NFC South? How about that? Why don't we just treat them like the ACC and just don't let them make the playoffs. Yeah, is that a bad idea?
Not a bad idea.
Just don't let
Not a
them make
bad
the playoffs. How about instead of them, we just put in the second place winner of the NFC North, and then whoever's the new 7th seed, because then the North would move up. Then whoever the new 7th seed is, they get to make the playoffs, because very clearly no team in the NFC South deserves to make it to the playoffs. Because the Carolina Panthers went out there and lost to the Saints on Sunday. I'd usually be happy about this. I'd usually have the music playing. I'd be bouncing around the room. But I mean, I know what this is. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. This is that end of year stretch the New Orleans Saints do where they win games, ruin the draft stock, but make you feel like there's something building there, and there's nothing building at all. The only time I'll let this happen, only the excuses because we have a brand new coach, a brand new quarterback. I'll let it slide this one time. I'll believe in it this one time. But I promise you, Tyler, Mr. We getting shucked tonight. We getting shucked tonight. We getting. I don't know who you think you are, but you better be him. Because if you're not, Fernando Mendoza is right there. He's right behind me, isn't he? Yes, he's going to take your job. You better act right these last 3 weeks. You got 3 weeks. Because I'll promise you, man, all it takes is 1 2-interception game. All it takes is one. Now, if you do me a favor and lose out, you'll be a great backup for us. A great backup. But nothing else to say about this game besides. Notice how I said nothing about the game itself. There's nothing to say about the game. It was bad football being played by 2 bad teams.
You're on crack if you think Fernando Mendoza is dropping to the number 6 spot in the draft. But hey, man, a man can only dream. Just like the Packers the Packers. The Packers really can only dream about winning the fucking division and winning football games when it matters most. Not Brett Favre. I mean Jordan Love. My bad. Almost called that man Brett Favre. With the way he was playing, I thought ATL Brett Favre was on the field again. Because clear, God, man, just buns, just absolute buns. I still don't know how they put up. Just buns, Jordan. I don't know how they put up 26 points with this offense. Because Jordan Love was 20 for 40, 24 for 40,
Ooh.
24 from 40. He was damn near as bad as Shedeur today. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. If it weren't for the fact of Josh Jacobs existing along with that defense, they lose this game by 40. I wouldn't be shocked by that. Because it just gets to a point when it's like, what are we doing as a franchise? How are we losing games like this? And I look at it, I'm like, you know what? It's Brett Favre. This is the curse of Brett Favre for stealing all the water, all that money from the poor kids in Mississippi, poisoning the tap water. I don't know what he was doing up there for his daughter's volleyball team. I don't care. Man, praise up for Micah Parsons, because it just got worse for Packers fans. You lose Micah. The Bears got the number 1 seed in y'all's division. Jordan, God, I keep calling this nigga Brett Favre because he just played that bad on Sunday. Oh man, shit. Broncos who beat the Pack. Fuck, I can't talk about these sorry ass. Broncos beat the Packers and clinch a fucking playoff berth. That's all I gotta say about this.
Hey man, well, you want to talk about teams fighting for playoff spots, clinching a playoff berth, man. The Seahawks have the easiest route. They are at a 99% probability right now. It's not because they played some crazy opponents. They put out some amazing wins. No, it's because they had to play 400-year-old Phillip Rivers, who sat next to Abraham Lincoln in the 2nd grade, and they had to play him starting his first football game since World War III. Since then, that was the last time he played a football game. Was when World War III was a meme, was a joke. Back in the pandemic, back when everybody was wearing masks, the T virus was breaking out. And we had to hide inside of our homes. Nobody was in the stadium the last time Phillip Rivers played. Phillip Rivers walked in there, was like, whoa, are there people in here? Is that loud? He's been gone from football for so long. And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it looked like it on the field. No, he looked like Phillip Rivers the last time we seen Phillip Rivers play. It was Phillip Rivers. I don't know why people think who people think Phillip Rivers is or was. Phillip Rivers has always been mediocre. So when he went out there and he played mediocre, I was actually shocked. I was surprised. Wow.
Whoa. These are insane allegations right here. But continue, man. Continue.
Holy Phillip. Phillip out here showing them. Phillip is out here popping out and showing niggas. Look at Phillip go. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. But Seattle, they played this game like they knew they were gonna win. They did win. Congratulations to Seattle. You guys beat a 45-year-old quarterback who retired before Tom Brady, by the way. So nothing to say. Congratulations, I guess. Seattle has a 99% chance of making the playoffs. It'd be hilarious if they fumbled this.
It'd be almost impossible. That defense is too legitimately good. Anyway, man, speaking of keeping it short and simple, Titans versus 49ers, belt to ass. Anyway, Jordan, you can take it away, man.
That's it. I mean,
It's the Titans. I'm not talking about Titans football until they win 5 games. Anyway.
okay. Well, let's head down to Jerry Road for the last game of Sunday, where Dallas had an issue. See, Dallas, they got 9 today, and 9 went out there and laid belts. They got 9. Man, yeah, I still remember, it's just like a week ago. I don't know what I'm saying, still remember. It was like a week ago. People were begging for a Dak Prescott MVP. They were begging us on hands and knees, give Dak the MVP, man. He's out here doing his best. His best isn't good enough. Dak Prescott, I don't know why, but because he's a Dallas Cowboys QB and everybody hits the Cowboys. The moment he plays above mediocre, he plays good football. Now all of a sudden he's underrated because he's a Dallas Cowboy. No, Dak Prescott is a good to mediocre quarterback. He's not who y'all think he is. He's not elite. He's not going to make any team elite. He's just good and mediocre. Good to mediocre. Get either Dak on any given day. He's giving you a touchdown, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns. I have him on my fantasy team. I know what he's giving me. I know what he's giving me. So you can't tell me what he's not. I see his stats weekly. I feel his stats weekly. So you can't tell me. But no, great win for the Vikings. I don't think they can make the playoffs, but
Oh hell no. What?
At least they eliminated the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep. And speaking of elimination, man, Dolphins versus Steelers. And you know one thing, I'm gonna keep this very point blank simple. This is the shit that happens with the Dolphins. When you look at the stats,
Crush up.
the 2 quarterbacks that played today had identical stats. Aaron Rodgers and Tua Tagovailoa. You know what? Fuck your last name actually for a second. Tua and Aaron Rodgers. Tua had 22 completions on 28 for 253, 2 touchdowns and an interception.
Crush out.
My only issue with this goddamn football team
Crush out.
is this team. I've said shut your bitch ass up, nigga. When I need this team to perform to the best of their abilities, we don't perform. In the games I'm not watching, I don't care about, all of a sudden we look like the 70s Dolphins. We beat the Bills by 30. How the fuck we lose to Pittsburgh by 15? By 13. The interception Tua threw didn't do shit for Pittsburgh because they squandered that. So now it becomes a battle of, okay, where did the 4 other drives that we just had go? And I looked at it. Our running back, Devon H, and I came into this game thinking this man was about to put straight knee to neck on the Steelers defense. That did not happen. The entire second half, he was getting bitched. And it happens, man, when your offensive line, when you have a bunch of 6'6" people that don't know what to do with their lives, that are so used to just eating Twinkies and putting on cleats and just half-assedly blocking in college football because you got a 6'5" running back that's probably going to win the Heisman. You don't got to do your job. But guess what? That's not the case no more. Your running back is 5'8". Block, nigga. Block. Put your arms into his chest and block this nigga in the dirt. But that wasn't happening. That wasn't happening. And the Dolphins went out there with our playoff hopes on the line, shat the bed, just folded. So now 2 is 0-6 in games under 40 degrees.
Really?
0-6. And you would think somebody who had to travel across the country at Alabama to play teams in the snow and in the cold would at least be able to fucking perform in the cold. But nah. I'm asking for too much of this damn team.
They perform in the cold. They perform in the mild.
You haven't watched enough college football anyway, man. Dolphins get curb stomped by 13 to the Steelers, and their playoff hopes are completely cooked now. Yeah, it's over. On to next season, man. Time to rebuild.
Well, with that brings an end to the NFL Week 15 review. Unfortunately, the Dolphins are eliminated from the playoffs, which means it's over for both of us. We no longer have stakes in this. We're just watching just to be watching now. However, I will say, hate watching. I'm not hate watching. I'm rooting for you, Houston, because you'll make me look like the smartest person on the planet if y'all win the Super Bowl. Please do this. Y'all make me look like a genius. It's recorded. I don't know if we posted. I don't think we posted it, but it's recorded that I had y'all winning the Super Bowl. Please don't disappoint me. Please. That'd be wonderful. But before we go, Cedric, do you have one last thing to say to people?
Hell no.
Hey, Bama lost in the SEC championship. Dolphins eliminated. It's a bad week for you. But anyways, with that, we out.